Welcome back to Sean's show, everyone. Guys, give it up for yourselves. How are you doing? I'm here with Alex behind the keys.
Hello.
Hello, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We are back. We are actually broadcasting to you live from the newest data center. That's the construction noise that you hear. If you hear construction noise throughout the episode, I want you to know that I caused that. That was my choice. I said, let's get some construction noise going at the time of our recording, and I am obviously very excited. You are hearing the wheel, the blade you are hearing that's shredding against the steel. That is the future. Okay, that is a data center being built across the whole world. The whole world. I don't know if you guys know, Sean Show, welcome to the show. We love data centers. That's one of our main points is that we love the creation and development of data centers that create one job. Because that's kind of what they do. Data centers are like, that's how these meta by the way, we have a lot of news to get to. So welcome to the show. If you have not already, review the show on Spotify. We are on Patreon, patreon.com/Sean Show. On the Patreon, by the way, that episode will almost guaranteed have even more construction noise in the background of the video. So if you want premium construction noise, please check out our Patreon where we do an extra episode every week. We are going to talk about, we have a banger today. Dare I say, we have a banger. We have so much to get to. A lot of what goes into this show, if you guys don't know, is I am always looking for interviews with the CEOs of the world and the billionaires of the world and the elites of the world. And I'm scouring the globe. I'm listening to earnings calls, Palantir earnings calls. No one else is doing this kind of stuff I'm doing. Now, apparently, I've been making my job a lot harder than it needs to be because, which I believe we've covered on the show before. So these guys meet. I was like, I'm trying to find all these billionaires and like expose them. But I'm like, oh my God, like I forgot they record the conversations now. I forgot that like they record the Illuminati has a podcast. That's what the All In podcast is, by the way. The All In podcast is literally a Zoom recording of the cabal of billionaire elites plotting on your downfall live, real time. That's how little shame, and this is a new thing, by the way. That's how little shame the billionaires of today have. Guys, I miss the old days. I really wish I lived in a time period when the oil barons of the 20th century would smoke cigars in the country club and they destroy and obliterate the middle class behind closed doors. It's polite. It's more polite to destroy and extract wealth from the country behind closed doors. Okay? You don't need to do that in public. The All In podcast it's insane. It's Chamath Papaya. And it's a cast, it's a roster. I love that word now, by the way. The All In podcast is just a roster of all of the worst guys on earth riffing, which, by the way, is what I do. Don't ever riff. I hate to see a group of billionaires riffing like they're Bert Kreischer. You are not Bert Kreischer. And Bert Kreischer's not even good at it. I hate the All In podcast because it's billionaires attempting to riff on the news as if they're not the ones in the fucking news stories, bitch. The reason I can do this is because I'm not the subject of the Wall Street Journal article with Jared Kushner and Trump Gaza. That's why I can do the riff. Are you guys fucking stupid? It doesn't make sense to do the riff when you're financing the data center. That whole riff I just did? Oh, did it stop? I didn't mean to worry you, Alex. I'm at the construction. Which actually should worry you, by the way. because that's where all my money comes from. If the construction stops during the show, I got to get a bat. And I got to get out there and clang the bat around a little bit and be like, what's the holdup? What is the holdup, by the way? What's the holdup on my demise? What is the holdup on the demise of this empire? What's the fucking holdup? The billionaires are doing podcasts. They want to be influencers. Not only do they want to extract all the wealth that you rightfully deserve as the producer of the value, as a laborer, you deserve some of that value. But no, not only do they want the fruits of every American's labor and the Philippines, and India, everywhere, they all want to participate in the upside of the labor productivity. Are you guys following me? I know you're all opioid addicted truckers that listen to this, but I'm going to use a little term called labor productivity. I hope you're still with me. I know you're listening to me say labor productivity and you're actively tying off. You're actively tying your arm to inject fentanyl. I truly hope that the people that this is, by the way, Chamath is a listener. I hope that Chamath listens to this someday and goes, he's actually really funny. Fuck you, Chamath. Fuck all those guys. The billionaires have a podcast, and it's actually a very successful, popular podcast. I sound like Tucker Carlson right now. It's actually a very successful. Also, I love that Tucker Carlson just apologized for his entire career. Hey guys, I'm sorry. Aw, shucks. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that Tucker Carlson basically just did a about face for an entire decade of pushing Trump? Can we start with this? Let's start with this because this is incredible. But Alex, what do we have on the show today? We have the All In podcast. We're going to talk about the Mamdami Pied-à-Terre tax. For my pores that listen to this, a Pied-à-Terre is a second home where you cheat on your wife. So Mamdami wants to tax Pied-à-Terres, which, if you guys don't know, that's where billionaires go to traffic orphans, maybe? Or do deals? And Mamdami wants to tax them because a lot of them go unoccupied. So that's a little interesting story. We're going to talk about Palantir as always. Palantir, take a look. It's up today. If you're just a listener, we have Palantir. Alex, could you tell all our fine people how much Palantir is up today on this fine Wednesday?
It's up 4.16%.
Whoa, 4.1. Guys, give it up. We love that. We love it when Palantir's stock goes up. That's one of my favorite things. That's why I have it on the show. By the way, I told you guys I see the future. You want to know what the stock is resting on the stage? It's a book called The Technological Republic, which, by the way, is now very buzzy. Palantir just published a 22-point manifesto. Now, I love it when defense contractors put out manifestos. That's one of my favorite things. Palantir put out a 22-point manifesto, and we're all just supposed to be like, awesome. So when Palantir puts out a manifesto, we all digest it and absorb it and write op-eds. But when I put out a manifesto, the FBI goes to my house. So how come Palantir can put out a manifesto and a good old, school shooter-esque guy, manifestos are not good. Manifestos, and they call it a manifesto. I think they actually call it. I don't know if Palantir calls it a manifesto or a plan. Whatever it is, it's 22 of the worst takes in a row. And we're going to get into that. We are going to get into a new, it's all AI. It's AI day. It's Tim Cook, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Tim Cook. He got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I use my iPhone. Kaboom. Kablow. So Tim Cook is stepping down. One of the most inconsequential, and I know I know he created $3 trillion of value, but he did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing for real innovation. So anyway, all right. So that's what we have to look forward to on the show. Thank you for joining us. I like to go slow. I like to be a little unstructured. Okay. So let's get started. Let's start with the let's start with the Pied-à-Terre tax. Now, let's start with this you know what, when I heard about this tax on New York City penthouses, my first thought, I was like, let's get the billionaires' take. And I believe it happens in the first minute. I think they start talking, because that's the biggest issue. By the way, that's the biggest issue to them. The billionaires do their podcast, the All In podcast. What are you guys all in on? Child sex trafficking? I don't know what that means. You're all in? You're all in on restarting the child sex trafficking operation. Okay, let's take a look. I think they get into it almost immediately.
Welcome back to the #1 podcast
Wrong.
in the world.
Wrong.
We've got
it's
the
Sean's
core
show.
four here,
Wrong.
and dare I say,
that's from Kill Tony, the #1 live podcast in the world. Let's be clear about you want to talk about rank, bitch. You want to talk rank? Don't ever pull rank on me. It goes Kill Tony 100 times, and that's it. That's the only thing that's the only podcast that's actually a great podcast. Some of my favorite guys. Just all my favorite guys on one screen. I just love that guy. All right, we got to be careful, Alex. We can't become Red Bar too quickly. That's a wink. If you guys don't know who that is, give it a year. Okay, so let's keep going.
The King of Adams.
The King of Adams, yes. Captain Travis Kalanick is here. How you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good.
Uber
pretty good.
CEO,
I'm
Uber CEO.
Sitting here doing the podcast just next door to David.
Ah, yes. There you go.
Don't reveal our locations.
Please don't dox.
I didn't put my address out there, dude.
No,
that's true.
Don't worry, Mamdami did. He's outside your houses right now, asking them to foreclose
He's trying to
on them.
collect 3.9% or something.
Yeah, he decided
The
there's no rich
Pied-à-Terre
people
tax.
left in New York, so he's looking for other
Sorry,
cities to tax.
is it 3.9% a year? Is it per year, or is it?
I don't know
one
if the
time?
percentage has been released yet, but the speculation I've seen is 3.9%.
Okay.
But I don't think that's final.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a Pied-à-Terre tax. So if you
But
have
every
a
year?
second home, yeah, every year.
Wow.
And by the way, it's for any home over
So
5 million. There's no homes under 5 million in Manhattan.
Okay,
This is not a rich person
Okay, sorry, keep going.
tax.
Sorry, go back
This
10
is-
seconds, because we got to get this guy's. This is just so arrogant.
Wow.
And by the way, it's for any home over 5 million. There's no homes under 5 million in Manhattan. This is not a rich person tax. This is within 15 miles of Midtown Manhattan.
Pause
You're
it.
paying an
It is a rich person tax, you dumb fucks. It's if you have, dare I say, if you own a second home in Midtown Manhattan, it is you are a rich guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to the hosts of the All In podcast. I'm sorry, but you are wealthy. You are wealthy. I know that you tell the IRS that you're actually upper middle class. I know that none of you have paid a dime in taxes because all of your wealth is in unrealized capital gains. I'm so tired of billionaires on podcasts talking about how bad an unrealized capital gains tax would be for the economy. You have billions and billions of dollars of unrealized capital gains, and you're never going to sell it. You're never going to sell it. So it's never going to get taxed. And yes, over a certain amount of money, it should be fucking taxed. Is that so great? And these guys go, why are you punishing me for being successful? Why are you punishing me for being successful? As you sit on a throne of children's skulls. Why are you, why are you, I thought this was America. Why is the government trying to tax me just because I'm successful? I'm rich, but I'm just like you. As you sit as a child, mine's cobalt at your feet. And you kick him, you go, work harder. Can you believe they're trying to? Can you believe the communist mayor of New York wants to extract wealth from me? Can you believe Zoran Mamdami? Wow, that's such a good riff, dude. They call him Zoran Mamdami because he's stupid. Oh, that's fun. You know what I think is stupid? I think it's stupid that you can own a second. I think it's stupid that you guys think that you should be able to own a penthouse in Manhattan and have it sit vacant for a year, totally unused, as a way for you to diversify your wealth. I mean, what are we doing? It's totally reasonable. Okay. And you know what? I think Mamdani is being very reasonable. Mamdani wanting to charge whatever it is. Mamdani wanting to charge people that own a second home in Manhattan. By the way, if you own a home in Manhattan and it's your primary residence, I don't think this tax applies to you. It's called the Pied-à-Terre tax. Pied-à-Terre, just think penthouse, okay? Imagine owning a penthouse that you never use and then getting upset when you have to pay tax on that property. And you use it twice a year to have a fucking crazy sex orgy with all your All In podcast co-hosts. They're in there. The only time that they use the Pied-à-Terre is to do the All In podcast live. I mean, what are you guys doing in these? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing in these Pied-à-Terres? You're doing Eyes Wide Shut. Oh, that movie's so good, dude. You guys, if you guys haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut, that's basically the premise for all of my beliefs. Eyes Wide Shut is the fundamental basis for all of my opinions. And that's a good thing. Eyes Wide Shut. If you haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut, I recommend it. All of the people in this room, if you're just listening, it's the scene where they're all in the masks and they're in the house. I think you wouldn't be surprised to know that all of the guys with the masks, it's literally Chamath. It's Chamath Papaya, and it's Mark Zuckerberg behind the masks. I love this movie. What's the password? Fidelio. No, the password to the house. Such a good movie. Fidelio. You know what the new password is? Data center. What's the password? Being poor is your own fault. That's correct. That's correct. If you're poor, it's your fault. If you're poor, then you should have just tried harder. So let's keep watching let's watch a little bit more of this because I think that I want to expose the All In podcast is literally the place to know how they are specifically plotting your downfall. The All In podcast is 4 to 5 billionaires on Zoom. They're just broadcasting their morning meeting about how they are trying to fuck you harder. Let's keep watching. I mean, I love it. And then they bitch. Hey, you don't get to complain about a pied-à-terre tax when you are a billionaire. You don't get to do that. You don't get to complain about paying 3% tax per year on your penthouse that you never use if you are worth $1 billion dollarinos. Okay? Let's keep going.
Extra tax.
But J. Cal, only if it's a pied-à-terre. So what it means is
right,
that the most
second homes.
Well, yeah, but the most elastic part of the market is what they're targeting for this tax. So in other words, people who don't live in New York, who just have it as a second or third home, who could buy that property
second or third or fourth or fifth home. Here, you want to know why? Here, and he just fucking, you slipped up, bitch. I don't know who this is, but he fucking slipped up. The moment you start saying or third, I would actually amend Mamdani's New York penthouse tax. I'm calling it the penthouse tax. That's terrible marketing. Calling it a pied-à-terre tax, no one knows what a pied-à-terre is. Pied-à-terre, I know what a pied-à-terre is because my dad's a billionaire. Okay, and I happen to have a few. but I'm okay with them being taxed. He goes, actually, it doesn't apply if you live in New York. Like but if you own a residence, guys, it's not a residence. You think of a residence, you think of a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. They're talking about 112th floor at 555 Avenue of Americas. They're not, the residences that they're talking about are built with blood. They're like, well, why are you taxing my second residence? Your second residence is a full floor penthouse on Billionaires Row. Yes, it's going to get taxed, you fucking fucktard. We're going to fucking tax it, bitch. Yeah. Aw. Can you believe Mamdami is trying to tax my third penthouse? I have 2 penthouses. I have one in Fidei where I cheat with Asian prostitutes, and then I have one in Lower East Side where I fuck Latinas, and you want to tax them? But how am I gonna? What I won't be able to afford, and that's the thing. You still are gonna be able to afford it. You are still. It doesn't affect you. I'm going to amend Mamdami's penthouse tax. How about this? I'm going to actually, I never thought I'd say this. I'm actually going to extend an olive branch to the people that are somehow mad that there's a penthouse tax that Mamdami's trying to do. How about this? How about we amend it? If your penthouse, let's just try to be reasonable. If you have a second home, a penthouse, a pied-à-terre that you don't live in, it's not your primary residence, Mamdami wants to tax that one at, I believe, 3.9%, allegedly. I'll even say, hey, let's bring that down to 1%. Okay? But if we're going to do that, if you own a third residence, we execute you. We put a bullet in your back of your head in Times Square while everyone watches. How about that? Would that be how about that? That's a good trade-off. Honestly, I think we need to... I think what might be good in the world, what might help the world is there should be an incentive when you get to honestly, guys, this is going to be crazy of me to say because I think this is kind of unreasonable of me to say, but even 5 billion because of inflation. $1 billion is not what it used to be. Okay. It's still crazy. It's still an unbelievable, it's 1,000 millions. Think about these fucking loser fucking nerd, virgin, fucking pedophile, nerd, virgin fucks. They have billions. They have thousands of millions. People listening to this, you don't even have 1,000. They have thousands of millions. They have $1 million for every one of your dollars. Open up your bank account. Oh, I want you to do it right now. Click out of the show. Don't do that. Minimize the show, but hopefully you're still listening. I want you to open up your checking account and look at the balance. I'll give you a moment. Close Spotify, open up US Bank, open up Wells Fargo, log in. Okay, I'm waiting for you to log in. Are you logged in? Okay. Now, I want you to look at your balance. Is it 1 figure? Is it 2? Is it even positive? If it's positive, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 figures? Now, think about having 5 figures. You probably feel pretty good about having 28,000 in the bank. You probably think, I'm doing okay. Guys, these guys have $1 million. They have $1 million for every one of your dollars at a conservative amount. If you have $28,000, these guys have 28,000 million. Think about 28,000 million. And they are mad about a New York City pied-à-terre penthouse tax. It makes me fucking sick. And I love that the All In podcast exists because we get to see the most tone-deaf takes, except for Sean's show. But outside of Sean's show, these are some of the most tone-deaf takes I've ever seen. So we love it. We love it. Let's switch gears a little bit. I do want to talk about Palantir. Palantir, as we all know, my favorite company, your favorite company, everyone's favorite company. We all love Alex Karp, who does this. This is my impression of Alex Karp, Palantir CEO. Well, I think where the West is really important. This is my impression of Alex Karp. This is me crushing up meth. Iran's gonna build a nuke. Alex Karp is such a sniveling little rat fuck. He's a sniveling little rat fuck, and he loves war and death. And anyone that's pro Palantir and anyone that is excited and like, you know, or even begrudgingly, if you are even begrudgingly accepting of Palantir, you need to get your fucking head looked at. This company is pure evil. This company is pure evil. And you know how I know Palantir is pure evil? They published a manifesto. I have never made a manifesto. I've never written one. I've never even drafted it and I've never even penned an unpublished manifesto. They drafted and published a 22-point manifesto. And all 22 points are related to repealing the Pied-à-Terre tax. Palantir's 22-point manifesto. Number 1, execute Zoran Mamdani in public for trying to tax FIDI. And guys, these penthouses aren't even nice. They're made like shit. The building sways back and forth. I love it. I love that Mamdani's taxing these billionaires' row properties because they're not even fun to be in. I've never been in one. That is just, I'm not even being lying, like I'm not even being ironic. Like I've never been in one. I have been in a big ass skyscraper in San Francisco when I got to tour Goldman Sachs in college. And the building, maybe you know if you work in a big office building, the building sways and creaks. And it's pretty representative of capitalism. The building sways back and forth in the wind. And you hear the creaks and the cracks. And those creaks and cracks, those are the cries of all the people that you stepped on to get into that penthouse. That's the concrete readjusting on the bones of the people that you've buried to get. And do I want to be in one? Of course I do. But you know what? It's easy for me to say this because I'm not a billionaire. If I was a billionaire, go ahead and tax my fucking penthouse. And they go, oh, well, if you tax the penthouses, the billionaires are going to leave. Bye. Oh, bye. Bye. So long. We'll see you. But let's read this manifesto. Now, I love it when my defense contractors write manifestos. I think that that's good. I think it's important that defense contractors put out manifestos. Manifesto. Is that Italian? It sounds like an Italian dish. Can I get a manifesto with a side of boiled blood? Can I get a manifesto and a dirty martini, shaken, please? And a heaping pile of human suffering. Thank you. Could you zoom in, Alex, on this manifesto? Because and we're going to read it. We're going to read it point by point. We are going to give Palantir the floor, and we're going to read it point by point and see if it makes sense. Okay? So here we go. Are you ready? Can we get a drum roll? Here we go. Number 1. This is Palantir's point of view on, I guess, the world. Number 1. Silicon Valley owes a moral debt. You got that right. I'm actually with you so far. Yes. Silicon Valley owes a moral debt to the country that made its rise possible. No, actually, no. Silicon Valley doesn't owe a moral debt to America that allowed it to exist. Silicon Valley owes a moral debt for creating a group of companies such as Palantir that kill children. That's the moral debt, okay? The engineering elite of Silicon Valley has an affirmative obligation to participate in the defense of the nation. Wrong. No. you are really reaching on that one. The Silicon Valley elite engineers don't all need to be in Operation Paperclip. The Silicon Valley engineers do not all need to be in Operation Paperclip. Thank you. It's okay. We don't need Nazi scientists. We don't need... Palantir is... I mean, let me cook on this, guys. Palantir is just the next evolution of Nazi science. It's Nazi science. You ever play Call of Duty Black Ops 2? I believe the theme was like Nazi zombies, which is an amazing theme. Guys, Nazi science is bad. That's what Palantir is. They go, Silicon Valley engineers have an obligation to create the next weapons of death that will obliterate thousands and tens of thousands of innocent civilians. So we're off to a bad start. Let's keep going. Okay, number 2. We must rebel against the tyranny of the apps. That sounds like something I would say if I was on meth too. I know Alex Karp railed meth. I know Alex Karp railed meth off a 14-year-old boy's ass before he made this manifesto. We must rebel against the tyranny of the apps. You sound homeless. This is a homeless guy's manifesto. Sounds like a homeless guy's manifesto. Palantir goes, is the iPhone our greatest creative, if not crowning achievement as a civilization? Fuck no. No, it's not actually. The iPhone is not. It's cool. It's not the crowning achievement of civilization. The crowning achievement of our civilization is called Lizzo, you dumbass. It's called Lizzo. Okay? Have you ever heard of Megan Thee Stallion? Have you ever heard of Justin Bieber? These are the crowning achievements of our civilization. And you are spitting in their face to suggest that a dumb piece of technology is more important to our civilization than Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is the crowning achievement of our civilization, and Palantir would like to have him killed. Probably. The object has changed our lives, but it may also now be limiting and constraining our sense of the possible. Okay. Let's keep going. Nothing to say on that one. Free email is not enough. What are you saying? This guy is saying that, like, literally every piece of this manifesto is just a reason that Palantir makes money. It's just 22 ways that Palantir can make money. That's what it is. Free email is not enough. The decadence of a culture or civilization, and indeed its ruling class, will be forgiven. Well, I'm going to pause you there. You will not be forgiven. There's no forgiving the elite. And indeed, its ruling class will be forgiven only if that culture is capable of delivering economic growth and security for the public. Oh, wait a minute. So wait, hold on. Palantir is saying they want to give economic growth and security to the public. Hey, okay, that's great. Give me some Palantir stock. No. I thought you wanted economic growth for the public. Wait, I don't like that Palantir used the word public. That bothers me. Public feels government-y. It feels federal. It feels poor. I don't like that you use the word public. I like the word shareholder. The next time public is a dirty word. Public is the masses. It's the poors. They say when Palantir says public, they mean poors. Let's keep going. There's 22 of these. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. We're on number 4, and I already want to join Palantir. I'm sold. The limits of soft power of soaring rhetoric alone have been exposed. Just another empty statement. Just another empty statement. The ability of free and democratic societies to prevail requires something more than moral appeal. It requires hard power, and hard power in this century will be built on software. Well, that's convenient because you build that kind of software. That's convenient. It's convenient that you think the entire century will need your products and services to survive. That's convenient. The question is not whether AI weapons will be built. It is who will build them and for what purpose. Well, whatever. I mean, so far, so good, right? So far, so good. So far, so good. You guys are doing a great job. Hey, you're doing a great job. The missile strikes are AI now. Everything is AI. You guys are doing a great job. I'm really excited. You know what? Yes, I think that this is actually getting to a central point here, which is that now it's not about nuclear deterrence. AI is it's about AI deterrence. AI is the new nuke. That's what they're trying to say here. Is AI is the new nuke. And all right, here we go. Oh my god. This is why you listen to the show, you guys. You know how we go to Iran because they're enriching uranium? 20 years from now, we're going to be going to Iran because they just got the latest LLM. Fucking boom. And you know I'm fucking right. That's my catchphrase. And you know I'm fucking right. I want that to be my catchphrase. I'm right. I'm fucking right. I'm so early, and that sucks, dude. It sucks to be as early as I am because I look like a fucking idiot and everyone hates me. I hate being so early that everyone hates me and thinks I'm a fuck-ass idiot, cynical hater. I hated Elon Musk in 2012. I hated the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2016. Don't ever come at me. I hated the MCU when all the nerds in the whole world were eating up and they were engorging themselves with this Elon Musk, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man, weaponized propaganda, slop, U.S. military war machine bullshit. I saw it for what it was on day one. And everyone else was like, Sean, you're like a weird, cynical contrarian. I told you. Oh, and now you're all coming out of the woodwork saying that Marvel always sucked. Oh, wait. So now Marvel sucks because they have 30 sequels. But you couldn't see that Marvel sucked when they had 15 movies? I don't understand it. I don't understand. When they had a TV show, the moment that they gave women power, I'm kidding, I'm joking. That's a joke, you guys. I am a feminist. And that's not even a joke. I am. The moment that they gave the moment that Ant-Man came out. So let me get this straight. Marvel puts out a movie called Ant-Man and you still were defending it? You look like a fucking fool. Ant-Man? I don't care about a man that turns into an ant. Even if it's a large, I believe it was a supersized ant. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, that's our PSYOP of the week. PSYOP of the week, it's a long time coming, long deserved. PSYOP of the week, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Iron Man, PSYOP to get you to get drafted and die in Vietnam and Iran. Thanos, PSYOP to get you to believe that good and evil exist in vacuums and that there's no middle ground and that there's no room for societies to evolve. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is what people watch when they want to feel. Here's why Marvel's a PSYOP. Marvel is a PSYOP because you'll watch a Marvel movie and then afterwards you'll be like, well, Henry Kissinger had to do all that stuff. And then that's what it'll do. That you want to know why you want to know how I know the MCU is a PSYOP? Because everyone I knew in my life that ever liked Marvel, they also defended nuking Japan twice. Fuck you. Everyone that liked Marvel, they get their dick hard for the military. They love it. They love nukes. They love Alex Karp. They love this new Andoril fuck, Palmer Luckey. They love it. Well, we had to nuke Japan twice. I don't know. It actually saved lives. It actually saved lives. listen to yourself talk. If you think Hiroshima and Nagasaki save lives, then I don't want to have anything to do with you. That's honestly that's like my first question now when I meet someone new. I go, do you think that it was nuking Hiroshima and Nagasaki was justified in World War II? And if they go, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Japan wasn't going to surrender. Think about the fucking logic. Can we? And I'm not this historian genius. And I don't need to be. I'm sounding like Joe Rogan right now. Just because I don't have a PhD in epidemiology doesn't mean I can't know things. I do sound like Joe Rogan right now. But it's different because I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not a fucking retard. This is Sean's show, guys. I will say whatever the fuck I want. You think I'm afraid of calling Joe Rogan a retard? Joe Rogan's a retard. Boom. Oh my God. Look, I'm still alive. Look, I can still go do stand-up comedy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Netflix. Fuck Netflix. I'll do it all. I'm the only guy left in the world that isn't bought and sold by the fucking entertainment industry. Joe Rogan's a retard. Netflix is retarded. Fucking NBC. Fuck SNL. Fuck writers' rooms. I don't need a career. I'll call my dad. I will call my dad when I need money. That's why you can trust me. Now that aside, fuck Colin Joe. Fuck it all. He's fine. Oh, you write for SNL? Congrats on being an NBC employee. Congrats on being working for a Fortune 500 company. That's great. I love it when my art is made by Fortune 500 companies with advertisers. I love that. I love getting my monologue from a layered script that went through layers of approval. I love that. I love it when my art gets expressed and then filtered through whether or not Subway thinks it's okay. Some dumb bitch at Subway being like, well, I don't know if that's that. Is that punching up? Hey, you do ads for Subway. Shut the fuck up. Well, is that punching up? I don't know if that's punching up. I heard that phrase when I went to a comedy show in Manhattan once. And now I think I'm a genius and I know comedy. Who's this? Oh, it's
Che
Michael
and he's DraftKings ad.
Oh, that's right. And they all do ads. And they all do ads for the gambling companies. Guys, I'm not in this fucking game. I'm not in this, and it is a game, but I'm not in this game to push things onto you. Yo, shout out to DraftKings. Imagine me saying that. Imagine Sean Riley saying, anyway, guys, let's cut to our anyway, guys, imagine if I shit on all of the stuff that I shit on, and then you listen to my show, and then you hear me going, DraftKings is 50% off for the next 12 minutes. Use promo code Sean to throw away the little money that you have left after the value's been extracted from Chamath. What if imagine me doing my show and then it cuts to an ad that's like, hey guys, if you're interested in geopolitics and technology, check out the All In podcast. They're really cool. I love Chamath. I text Chamath. I'm good buddies with him. So make sure to check out the All In podcast. Like, they're homies with me. And like, anyway, back to the show. I can't even think of like, there's obviously it's not everyone else but me. I'm not going to just say that, but it kind of is. Everyone is bought and sold except for me. Kind of, not totally. There are some good apples. There are other people out there that are as stubborn. I'm very stubborn. I'm just stubborn. I don't need a check from DraftKings. I don't need a check from NBC. I don't need a check from Wagovi. Everyone that does this is so fucking... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm on like 5 hours of sleep. Everyone that does this is so fucking stupid and dumb, and they haven't thought through the mechanics of the podcasting industry at all. Like, they get a little bit of an audience. And then some dumb bitch from DraftKings emails and goes, hey, it's Rebecca from DraftKings. You probably heard of us. We love the show. Pink Floyd already covered this. They have a song. It's called Have a Cigar. And everyone loves to have a cigar. Have a cigar, kid, you're gonna go far. They call it riding the gravy train. Sorry, that was bad. I was not a... They call it riding the gravy train. I don't want to get on the gravy. You know what else is on the gravy train? Kids. The gravy train is actually Epstein's Island. It's not a good... You take the gravy train to you take the gravy boat to Epstein's Island. I don't want to be on that boat. Thank you. I'm okay. Have fun. Bye. Have fun. I'll stay over here. Well, we really took a little bit of a detour there, Alex. What were we talking about? The manifesto. I'm bored. I'm so bored. I thought that would be hilarious, but let's just go faster. Let's see if anything here is worth talking about. Number 6, national service should be a universal duty. Okay, I'm glad we returned to this. Give me a sec. I need to take a deep breath. All right. So Palantir puts out this manifesto. One of the points that they've made is this, number 6. National service should be a universal duty. Hey, Alex, Carp. Oh. You want national service to be you want national service to be a universal duty. Okay. You go to war. Why don't you go to war? Why don't you put on the Palantir VR goggles that you work so hard to make? Why don't you put on your shitty fuck-ass VR goggles that make Gazan children look 10 years older with an age filter, which is literally a Black Mirror episode. Palantir's goggles, all they do, you put them on, and all they do is it makes civilians look like Arab terrorists running at you, going la 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 la. Now I don't like that. I don't like Palantir. Palantir puts out a manifesto, and they go, one of the things they say is that it's a duty. Dare I say they mean mandatory. Number 6, Palantir. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, this is the mandatory draft. So Palantir wants everyone to be mandatorily drafted into the military. You want to know why? Because it makes Alex Karp more money. Every time someone gets drafted, Alex Karp gets a new boy in his basement. That's how it works. Let's see. We should... I'm going to get killed. Honestly, dude, thank God no one listens to this, because I would get... You know, I do comedy with some people, and I got off stage, and they go, that was reckless. Like other comedians that are like, you know, political, I do my set. seanreillycomedy.com. I do my set, and I get off stage, and they go, hey man, like, that wasn't comedy. That was just, you were just threatening to kill the president. Shh. So that is me. Can we pull that up? I love this. This is from Batman 4. Batman 12, Return of the Joker's nephew. Is this? Oh, this is Joaquin Phoenix. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's a genius. Hey everyone, isn't it weird? I relate with this guy. I relate very deeply to Joaquin Phoenix's character, and this is the Joker, right? He plays the Joker. The Joker doing stand-up comedy. Guys, I don't know if you guys, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm such a pussy. Like, I walked around Brooklyn yesterday, and I was literally crying because of what this is, what our world is. Isn't that pathetic? I literally walked around Brooklyn, and I was literally thinking about all the innocent people that are killed, and I started crying. And I'm a bad guy. And then some homeless guy asked me for money, and I was like, I'm sorry, man. I literally was weeping for all the children murdered in war throughout all of human history. I was crying for their innocent souls. And then this guy comes up to me and he goes, hey man, I'm hungry. Can you help me out with a couple bucks? I go, I'm sorry, dude. I don't have cash, which was a lie. I did have cash. I only had hundreds. So I'm a bad guy too. How about another How about another joke, Murray? How about another manifesto, Alex Karp? You kill those 2 Wall Street guys? How about another? So what if I did? You tell me you killed those 2 Wall Street guys? Boo. Everyone, I love his crash out is so relatable. The Joker's crash out, I'm reading these manifesto points and I'm crashing out too. Everyone's fucking crazy except me. You know what you get, Alex Karp? You know what you get when you put out a 22-point manifesto? You get what you fucking deserve. Okay. All right. Okay. How about another joke? How about another joke, Chamath? How about another complaint about the Pied-à-Terre, Chamath? Chamath is behind the desk now. Oh, it's not some late night shill. The people that are behind the late night desk now, it's Chamath. Chamath has his little papers, and he goes, wait a minute. You think a Pied-à-Terre tax is reasonable? I am the Joker, except my issue, my hill that I will die on is that New York City penthouse taxes are okay. And all the billionaires that sit at the late night desk, they're at the late night desk and they're upset. Chamath is like, wait a minute. You tell me you're okay with a 3.9% tax on New York City Pied-à-Terres? And I go, yes. And I'm tired of pretending I'm not. I'm like laughing. I'm like, yeah, you guys are going to get taxed. And Chamath's like, you think that's funny? You think that's funny that my 4th penthouse in LES, where I fuck prostitutes, you think it's funny that that's going to get taxed? That's fun. That's a joke to you? Yeah. And I'm tired of pretending it's not. So Palantir wants you to go to war and die for Israel. Number 7. If a U.S. Marine asks for a better rifle, we should build it. And the same goes for software. If a U.S. Marine asks for healthcare, you go. If a U.S. Marine asks for a better rifle, we go, here you go. If a U.S. Marine says, hey, my chest hurts and I don't have healthcare, we go, tough shit, dumb fuck. Bye. If a U.S. Marine asks for a better rifle, we build it. If a U.S. Marine wants mental health services, we go, well, stop eating avocado toast. Well, I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the problem is. Why do you wait a minute? So you went over to Iran and you killed children and now you're traumatized. Here it is. You want to know the real pipeline? Here's the pipeline. Here's the military industrial complex pipeline in a simple, I've thought about this more than most people. I've distilled it down into a simple pipeline, okay? You want to know what it is? Here's the military industrial complex pipeline in a nutshell. You are born, okay? Your parents get divorced because of money, okay? Or cultural problems. Maybe the dad listened to Andrew Tate, okay? You're born, divorced family, grew up poor, no father figure, okay? And you are looking to the military to be that father figure in your life that you never had. You get into Marvel. You start watching Marvel. You start going to the shooting range on the weekends. You get interested in the military and you start listening to stuff like Sean's show, maybe. And you get radicalized. Then you join the military. Okay? And then you go to war. You go to war, and you think it's going to be a lot of fun, and you parachute. You parachute out of the sky, and you think you found your calling. You were going to be a soldier. You always knew. You're a strong guy. You're committed, right? You're parachuting out of a helicopter, and suddenly women think you're attractive because you do all this brave stuff. Maybe you start getting your dick sucked. Maybe you start getting your dick sucked in Sweden. And then all of a sudden, hey, you get the call. Uh-oh, we need you in Iran to open up the strait. And you get out there, and at the end of your rifle barrel, you know what's on the other side of the rifle? It's a 14-year-old, but he's got an AK. Now, what are you going to do? You got to go back home to your girlfriend that's cheating on you. So you pull that trigger and you kill a 14-year-old with an AK, and you go, I had to kill him. And then when you get back home and you realize that no one loves you and you have nothing and you're traumatized and you want health care, you want to find a way to get back to being normal. You have shell shock, you have PTSD, right? You're fucked up. You're an alcoholic. And you go, can I have mental health treatment, please? Some drugs, maybe? You're not doing well. You've lost your purpose. You're devastated. But don't worry. We won't give you antidepressants because that's too expensive. But we will give you a better rifle. Why didn't you just ask for a better rifle? Why don't you just ask for a better rifle? Or better software? Software is the new rifle. And by the way, I don't know a single Marine that's asking for better software. Have you met a Marine? They don't know what Mac OS is. I've never met a Marine that can send an email. Marines respond to two things. Three things. Alcohol, physical pain, and sexual arousal. And I have a lot of respect for that. I have a lot of respect for Marines. Marines are not asking for better software. Marines are not asking for a higher fidelity LLM. That is Silicon Valley imposing itself and creating themselves as a middleman in the military industrial complex. Okay, let's keep doing this manifesto. I told you this was going to be a good one. The data center, you hear the data center in the background? So I believe that was number 6. There's 22. We'll do the rest on the patreon.com/Sean Show. Guys, we actually got 2 people subscribing to the Patreon. I'm subscribed to my own Patreon, by the way. Just so you know, like if you see like, oh wow, he's actually got some subscribers. One of them is me, because you got to believe in yourself first. But thank you for all the new people that have subscribed, guys, because we're having fun on the Patreon. People are not really, but get out there. Public servants need not be our priests. Well, I don't want public servants or priests. Next. We should show, what does this say? We should show far more grace towards those who have subjected themselves to public life. Oh, you subjected yourself to being a billionaire CEO when your wife is so hard. Can't you show me a little more grace? Why do you have to criticize me all the time? All I did was build the panopticon. But all I did was build a global AI surveillance tool that supports kids to get Mo. Hey, why are you so hard on me? Why do you want to tax my Pied-à-Terre? All I did was send kids to get Mo so I could buy a Pied-à-Terre in Manhattan. And then you hate me. Everyone hates me. Everyone hates me because I just wanted to build software that I could sell to the government that would deport people that are just trying to make it in America. And now you want to tax my penthouse too? The education of any space for forgiveness. Palantir using the word forgiveness is hilarious. Palantir should not be allowed to use the word forgiveness in any context. Forgiveness is not something Palantir knows. The only thing Palantir knows is, you don't get forgiven. You think that Palantir's software is going to forgive us? There's no forgiveness. I will never forgive Palantir for doing a partnership with the IRS. That's what I'm never going to forgive. Okay? A jettisoning. I hate it when people like use a thesaurus. This whole manifesto was ran through a thesaurus. Jettisoning, just say the stopping. Or the what's another word for jettisoning? No, don't look up a thesaurus, Alex. It's going to make me look an asshole. Jettisoning, all it means is to push away or to export, whatever. To detach oneself from, right? A jettisoning of any tolerance for the complexities and contradictions of the human psyche may leave us with a cast of characters at the helm that we will grow to regret. Now, I already have grown to regret is putting it lightly. Do you think a lot of people have grown to regret Donald Trump? I would say that that's a understatement. You know, when people mention Donald Trump, I go, you know, I regret. When people mention Donald Trump, pedophile, billionaire, felon Donald Trump, I go, you know, I've really grown to regret that guy. Let's keep going. Another exhausting word. You know, Palantir's, the only thing worse than Palantir's deporting of migrants that are just trying to make a living is their usage of long words. Listen to this. The psychologization, come on, dude. The psychologization of modern politics is leading us astray. I don't care whether Palantir is what our society, make no mistake, the society is being led astray, and one of the examples is Palantir. That's how we know where we've gone astray. This is the cat. This is the cat. This is the pot calling the kettle black. All right, we'll go halfway because there's 22. So this is the last one. I'm like going to throw up. Our society, this is the Palantir Manifesto continuing. Our society has grown too eager to hasten and is often gleeful at the demise of our enemies. What? You kill people and love it. How is Alice Karp saying this? How is Palantir saying that we've grown too gleeful as a society about destroying our enemies? Alex, your whole thing is about Pete Hegseth, you know, Palantir. You rebranded it to the Department of War. It was the Department of Defense. Now it's the Department of War. You guys are all about lethality. You guys are all about kicking ass, fucking die hard. The vanquishing of an opponent is a moment to pause, not replace or rejoice. So that sounds woke. So you're woke? Wait a minute. Sounds woke. Hold on. I think I'm onto something here. This does not sound. Tell Pete Hegseth this. I want Pete Hegseth to read this. Can someone send this to Pete Hegseth? The gleeful, we should not be gleeful at the demise of our enemies. I don't think Pete Hegseth would agree with you. You better be careful. It sounds like, Alex, have you gone soft on me, bro? Alex, have you gone soft? Bro, your stock is up. Okay? People want lethality is what makes America different. The brazen, apathetic nature and attitude that we have towards destroying and obliterating bridges and power plants in Iran, that's what makes us American. And, you know, dare I say it, Palantir's gone woke. Palantir's gone woke. If Palantir's saying that they don't want to gleefully celebrate blowing up a school in Gaza, I thought that was your whole thing. Hold on. I thought your whole thing was leveraging LLMs and generative AI and putting it in a Tomahawk missile and putting it in a radar system and sending it into a school that, we thought it was a military. We thought it was a military base. Sorry, we thought it was a military base. So we blow up a school in Iran and you guys thought it was a military base. And that's the power. That is the power of AI. The power of AI used in the military is to blame. AI is just the new fall guy. Let me cook on this. The military wants to use AI because AI can now be this fall guy so that no one in the military has to take any accountability. So when they bomb a school in Iran, they go, oh, the fucking AI. ChatGPT messed up. Oops. No, we ran it through our generative AI that we paid $5 billion for. And we sent the photo of the land. And it was clearly a school. Any human could see it was a school. But oops. We sent it into Copilot, and Copilot thought it was a base. And oopsies. Whoopsies. Nothing is scarier than those Epstein file emails where Epstein will go, whoopsies. Whoops. That's fucking scary. That guy was terrifying. He's still alive. Palm Beach Pete. Have you heard of him? Get with the fucking program, guys. Wow. Well, guys, that concludes our show today. I know. Aw. You only did an hour, 6 minutes. I know. Sorry. I have a day job, actually. I would go longer. Guys, I'm giving you so much amazing free content I don't even want to tell you how much money I spend every week on the fucking show because it's crazy. But I do it because I love you and I want the production value to be good. I'm not doing it on a fucking iPhone. If you saw what it takes to put this show together, you would sign up for the Patreon. And by the way, I plan to move off Patreon once I have an audience. I'm moving off and I'm doing my own website. I'm only involved with Patreon for the time being, okay? Just so you know. So we're going to continue our conversation. What did we not get to, Al? We have so much we didn't get to. Give it up for Alex, guys. He did a great job today. No, he did do a great job. Kash Patel is an alcoholic, allegedly, on the Patreon. Maybe. So much more stuff. Oh, this is a fun one. There's a new store in San Francisco, and it's all AI. There's no employees. You walk in, it's all AI. It's crazy. So we'll get to that on the Patreon and so much more. So we do an extra episode every week. It's just $5 a month. So come check it out. It would mean the world. And again, if you have fun, if you like the show, if you're still listening, subscribe on YouTube. Give me a little comment. Get a little dialogue going, and maybe we can, I don't know, do nothing. Bitch and moan on the internet. But hey, at least you're bitching and moaning under my podcast. That's what I care about. No, you guys are great. Thank you for listening. And, I really appreciate it. Follow the show on Spotify. I'm sorry I hate saying that shit, but just please help because I'm desperate. I'm really getting desperate. And every time I get a follower on Spotify, I take a bullet out of the gun that it's in my mouth. All right, guys. I will see you in the Patreon. Bye.